In this video, I'm going to share with you the right number of triathlons to enter in a season so that you can achieve your best performance. Today, I want to talk to you about how many triathlons you should enter in a season. A lot of people make the mistake of over-racing or under-racing and not seeing the results that they want. In this video, I'm going to share with you the right number of triathlons to enter in a season so that you can recover properly, achieve peak fitness and execute your best performance time after time. Triathlons are challenging endurance events that require days or even weeks to fully recover from. However, with events becoming more accessible than before, it's easy to get caught up in wanting to do more. But how many triathlons should you enter in one season? And how long will it take you to recover from each different type of event? In this video, I'll break down 5 different factors to consider and how they might affect your race planning decisions. And by the end of it, you'll have a much better idea of how many events you should be looking to enter. Before I jump in, I'd love to know which races you're hoping to do, so let me know in the comments section. The number of triathlons you can do during any given season will depend on your current fitness level. If you're new to the sport and don't have much experience with training or competing, then you're likely to need longer to recover between events. Therefore, a good rule of thumb for a beginner is no more than 4 races per season. It might seem like a small number, but it enables you to fully recover between each race so that your body can properly heal and repair itself. And then it gives you plenty of time to get fit again between events. For experienced triathletes who've been competing for years, it's possible to complete up to 7 races in a 4 or 5 month race season. And this is because your recovery time will likely be quicker so that you can bounce back faster between events. That said, some people race far more regularly than 7 times per season. It's just that by doing that, you can't expect to be in peak condition every time. Sometimes you'll be racing tired or without a proper build-up. And if you don't mind that, it's fine. The most I've ever done in one season is 9 triathlons, but they were mostly short ones. And by the last few, I was really starting to lose motivation and my racing edge had gone. It's not just your experience or fitness level that counts though. The distance of the race needs to be taken into consideration too, before deciding how many triathlons to enter in one season. Generally speaking, shorter distances, for example sprint distance triathlons, allow for quicker recovery times than longer distance events such as an Ironman. If you're looking to race multiple times during one season, focusing on shorter distances might be your best bet, since they require less training time overall and don't leave you feeling so tired afterwards. As a quick guide, here are my approximate recovery times for the most common triathlon distances. Sprint distance triathlons might take you 1 to 2 weeks to recover from. Olympic or standard distance triathlons, 2 to 4 weeks. For a half Ironman or Ironman 70.3, you're looking at 4 to 6 weeks, whereas for a full Ironman 140.6, we're talking between 6 and even 12 weeks of recovery time. So that's a rough guide to how long it will take you before you're feeling 100% again, although you can resume training sooner than that. But if you're looking to be in peak shape for all your races, you do need to take those recovery times into consideration. So we've talked about how experience levels and race distances should influence the number of races you enter. But what else can affect your recovery times between events? Well, one thing that springs to mind is how you pace yourself on race day. Simply put, if you pace yourself sensibly at each event, you will feel less soreness afterwards and you will be able to recover quickly. Whereas if you start off too fast and blow up halfway through, you'll experience more fatigue and muscle microtrauma, which will extend your recovery times. And that means that you will be able to fit fewer races into your season. There's no real right or wrong when it comes to entering races. However, it is worth recognizing that you can't be in peak shape for every single race you do, which is why it's a good idea to prioritize your races so you can plan your recovery time and training effectively. One way to organize your seasons is by dividing your events into A, B, and C categories based on how important they are to you. I started using this method after reading the Training Bible books by Joe Friel, and it really helped me. So start off by choosing your A races, which are the ones you really want to do well in. These should be the main focus of your training so that you're fit, fresh and well prepared on race day for them. Aim for 1 or 2 A races per season, ideally spaced out so that you can recover and get fit again after the first one. Then select your B races, which are events you still want to do well in, but they're not the main focus of your training. In other words, if you were only at 98% instead of 100% fitness for these, it wouldn't be the end of the world. And then that leaves category C. And these C events are events that you want to do for fun or for experience without needing to be in peak shape. And a good example of a C race is running in a 10-kilometer running race, for example, just to gain experience for your first Olympic distance triathlon. Then, once you've prioritised your events, you'll be in a better position to plan your season by factoring in more taper and recovery time around the A races compared to the C races. So there isn't necessarily a right answer when it comes to deciding how many triathlons you should enter in one season. Ultimately, this decision comes down to what works best for your experience, your goals, and the types of events you're aiming to do. While entering a lot of races can be exciting and rewarding, it's essential to take enough rest between each event so you don't risk injury or burnout. And by following these guidelines, you'll be able to find success in whatever events you do decide to take part in. And finally, if you have entered an event and you want some expert guidance with your training, you're in the right place. Check out my flexible triathlon training plans with rapid coach support by clicking on the link in the video description. With prices from between $3 and $5 per week and an average review score of 4.9 out of 5, it's no wonder that 40,000 athletes like you are training with us.